All right, we are live. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to This Weekend Loaded. All right, as the intro says, we are live. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 140 of This Weekend Loaded. With us tonight on the panel so far, we have the Michigander bovine, Mr. Live Moo. How you might move?
Hey, Rich. Doing well. Thanks for having me. Hey, Rob. Hello, Seven Wonders out there in the chat. Good evening. Fiend Dog.
Yeah, evening, gentlemen. And as was previously stated by Mr. Moo, we have Rob D, the New York Outcast, in here as well. How you tonight, Rob?
Doing well. Good evening. Hello, everybody. Hello, Moo. Thanks for joining us.
So, I got two topics for tonight before we just go on with our normal nonsense like we normally do. So, have you guys seen anything about that new cartridge that Vista Outdoors is coming out with, mainly on the Federal line, but also with their other lines as well?
I have not.
30 Super.
Yeah, 30 Super Carry.
No kidding. Oh, wait. I did see something. I haven't looked into it at all.
Yeah. Let me
I just
go.
seen a video earlier about it. Prior to that, I literally knew nothing except it was similar to 9mm, but lighter, I guess. So,
Yeah, it's a smaller round. It's
okay.
smaller in diameter. It's 9 millimeters, basically 355 range. About the same diameter as what a 38 Special or 357 Magnum is. This is closer in diameter to like a 30 carbine from World War II, if that helps.
Okay.
Hmm.
Let me go up here and screen share this article I have. This article is from Shooting Illustrated from a couple of days ago. And you can see here it's not just federal because you got the CCI Blazer there, you got Remington, Spear, and of course you got the HST. They're not going to do anything without it being an HST. The American Eagle, which is a federal brand. So they got the gamut covered on their brands for it. This might be the same article that Budget read earlier. I don't know. But one of the fundamentals of growing a business is to identify a niche and fill it. That's all the folks at Federal were doing. There has long been a small space between performance of 9mm and 380 ACP. Though they have the same diameters, the former is the NATO and law enforcement standard and has really been pressing its advantage over every other defensive cartridge over the last several years. The public has embraced it as well. Once new bullets and loadings came along that demonstrated the round's efficacy as being equal to that of the vaunted 40 and 45. I don't know. I got 40 rounds that 9mm can't touch. The reduced recoil of the 9mm and the superior firepower of the gun's chamber port made for an easy choice. The 380 ACP, though, was thought to be a considerable step down, although bullets like the Federal Hydroshock Deep made it materially better self-defense round. It was still considered the obsolete minimum for personal protection. Its favorables were small pistols, light recoil, and a real. Yeah, right. Whoever wrote this article has obviously not fired a Ruger LCP, and a relatively soft recoil spring. Again, this person has never fired a Ruger LCP. It wasn't lauded for its power unless compared to a 22 long rifle, 22 mag, 25 ACP, or 32 ACP. Federal, a division of Vista Outdoors, hoped to design a new cartridge with modern bullet technology that would fit the performance gap between the two chamberings. With recent skyrocketing gun sales, largely by new consumers interested in concealed carry due to the recent spike in crime, Federal believed that the time is ripe for a new, dedicated CCW cartridge. But a funny thing happened on the way to the online ammunition forums. The company created an entirely new cartridge that, while smaller than the 9mm, skews heavily towards it in terms of power. The 30 Super Carry, the new cartridge has a .312-inch bullet diameter, although it's the same length as a 9mm. The narrower circumference, though, means more rounds will fit inside a given frame, all else being equal. It also means that in short order we'll be seeing guns specifically designed for the 38, or for the Super Carry, rather. I almost said 38 Super, that are smaller and lighter than the current 9mm pistols. In other words, we'll have new guns of 38. Well, technically, it is a 38, right? It's dropped mathematically, to be correct, it would drop to zero. But 380 ACP size, but with 9mm muzzle energy.
Hmm.
The chambering generates nearly 50,000 psi of pressure, and with modern design, offers performance not possible just a few years ago. The 100 grain Federal load will provide 347 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. Remington's 100 grainer offers 336. Meanwhile, the Speer 115 grainer generates 338 foot-pounds. These numbers compare well to the 381 and 313 foot-pounds produced by Federal's 124 grain and 147 grain 9mm loads, respectively. Moreover, jacketed hollow point bullets in the new cartridge expand 1.9 times original diameter, almost identical to the best 9mm loads, which expand 1.915 times initial diameter. The new round is intended for civilians and was therefore tested in both bare and denim-covered ballistic gelatin, but was not put through the FBI protocol, which includes such things as auto glass and building materials. The very first 30 Super Carry chambered guns will be ultra-premium Nighthawk custom pistols, specifically the President and GRP, although you'll eventually be able to order any Nighthawk model in 30 Super Carry. The 1911 manufacturer was the first company to respond affirmatively to inquiries from Federal, but Smith & Wesson will have guns Shield Plus and Shield EZ in the new chambering soon too. Right now, virtually the entire industry is on board. The 30 Super will not be prohibitively expensive. In fact, Vista Outdoors has set the price point to be right on top of the affordable 380 ACP. In what world is 380 affordable right now?
No.
No, that's no. We got some trigger time with the 30 Super Carry in Arkansas, where Nighthawk Custom was building the first of the new pistols. In a full-size frame, the smaller circumference of the round allows it to semi-stagger in the magazine, meaning 2 extra rounds. That's in a single stack magazine, folks. The round consistently clover-leafed the target at 7 yards. What really impressed, though, was the ability to ring 10-inch steel plates offhand at 50 yards. Recoil was virtually indistinguishable from the 9mm pistols provided for comparison. Will the new cartridge dramatically impact, if not kill, its much older siblings? Doubtful. There is a slew of 9mm pistols out there. Smaller and lighter pistols with the same muzzle energy will be appealing, as will extra capacity in larger guns. But the 9mm, in addition to being ubiquitous, is a military round, which means that there's a continuing draw of all the military surplus ammo. What about the 3080 ACP? For those who have prized the little cartridge for its small size alone, little pistols chambered in 30 Super Carry will be difficult to resist. However, for those who have opted for the 380 ACP because they're recoil sensitive or lack the hand strength to manipulate the slide of a more powerful pistol, the 380 may remain this better option. Vista Outdoors is betting big, though, that the 30 Super Carry will be a game changer. It is offering loads in all its ammunition brands, including Federal HST 100 grain, Blazer TMJ at 115 grains, American Eagle Fellow Metal Jacket at 115 grains, Remington HTP at 100 grains, and Spear Gold Dot Jacket at hollow point at 115 grains. Cleaning kits, holsters, and reloading dies are already on the way to the market. Later, expect to see everything from competition pistols to carbines as various manufacturers start to explore the round's potential. That's what we know so far about this round. What do you guys think?
I got a few questions, and I'm sure, from the article, we probably won't know in a sense, but I'd be curious on like penetration. Does it penetrate better than a 9mm if it's a smaller diameter? That would be, obviously a possible factor. Small firearm that can penetrate, light armor could be a plus in certain situations, I guess. That'd be my one question, I guess. Let me see. Another one would be, well, actually, it doesn't regard to the pistol, but why don't they test body farms? Like actually use this on people that volunteer, donate your body to science, all this type of stuff. Why don't they shoot that? And so we actually had some real numbers on things instead of gel and denim and crap. That's probably a loaded question. I'll skip that, but.
Well, that's if you watch.
Sorry, I don't mean to jump all over. And the recoil similar to a 9. I mean, it just seems like it's a real small market, I guess, because a lot of people would want something different. I think due to that fact, a lot of 380 shooters shoot 380 because it is lighter. So I guess there's probably a market somewhere in there for something with a little more rounds, a couple more rounds, but even if it expands at 100.9% or whatever you were stating there, I'm sure that's still smaller than a 9mm. So if you got the same recoil, why change? But just my opinion is I'm in availability. I think, with ammo now coming out with something new like that, it's going to be even harder to get, more expensive probably. So I don't know, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I like to see new, rounds come out like this, but you gotta sit and wait because look at all the other new stuff that came out. Now it's just a fart in the wind, 45 gap,
Yeah.
Different things like that. I mean, I like to see the innovation, but if it's not broke, why fix it? It's what was it? What do they call that? The answer, looking for the question, or whatever that is, or a solution.
Answer to the question that wasn't asked.
Exactly.
That's how it goes.
Solution to a problem that didn't exist, or something. If they're trying to make it like a 9mm, well, we already have that.
Yeah, but the point is that this holds more rounds than a 9mm.
Get a couple extra rounds.
Yeah, I got you.
Budget had an article on his. Depending on what 9mm you're using, you're getting anywhere between 2 to 4 more cartridges in the magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I would wonder about penetration. Is it as well as a 9? Is it better? Is it worse?
Yeah, the article that he had, it penetrated more in the gel than what the 9mm did.
Unfortunately, I don't get attacked by gel too often.
Yeah, I know. That's why Paul Harrell does the meat target. The meat target's supposed to simulate actually shooting a living thing with it. Whereas, I'm not a proponent of the gel either. But the gel gives you some idea on penetration. It just
it's not a smart ass.
Yeah, it's not a true replacement for an actual living creature, though.
I want to go back to the body farm idea. I'll volunteer to shoot those guns.
Well, I don't know if people are aware, but they do all types of experiments on people. So
yeah, there's a big body farm in Tennessee.
Yeah, so why it seems like it makes sense. Why wouldn't you? I mean, obviously there's a slight difference, but it's definitely more realistic than shooting gel, in my opinion.
Sign me up.
Yeah, Buck has the information from the article that Budget had. It was the 30 Super Carry penetrated 15 and a half inches in the gel. 9mm was 14 and a half. So it penetrated an inch more.
So that smaller diameter lets it go in further. Were they the same velocity? Are they like,
Yeah, they're similar
1200?
velocities. Yeah, if they're doing similar energy at the muzzle, this actually has a little higher velocity than what 9mm would because this is a lighter bullet.
Mm-hmm.
More penetration could be an advantage. I mean, all depends on your situation. You work somewhere with a lot of steel doors, things like that. Yeah, I'm definitely a big one to say I'd rather shoot through a door than have to open it.
Well, I got
Yeah.
14 of these in my Shield Plus. That should get the penetration done.
And out there in the YouTube comments, Seven Wonders agrees with Rob, but that's only because you guys haven't been attacked by the Blob yet.
The wrestler?
No, not the wrestler. The Steve McQueen movie.
Man, I haven't seen that in like 40 years.
Blob swimming on the dock, and then the jelly moves in on you.
Mm-hmm.
And then it actually leaves the beach and gets you. Oh, man.
I've been attacked by a man-o-war jellyfish.
Yeah, I've been hit by a jellyfish. That's no fun.
No,
Yeah,
no.
Never had that experience. So
Although, I would rather be stung by a Portuguese man-o-war jellyfish than attacked by fire ants.
I can't say I've had that experience either.
Oh, the fire ant, the bites from them, they fester for like weeks.
Oh,
the jellyfish sting, you got about a 2-hour window of extreme pain, and there's no sores left afterwards. Now, the fire ants, they all attack you at the same exact time. I had probably 24 around my feet and ankles one time hosing off my scuba gear. And they all started hitting me at the same exact time. That was not fun.
That's why you don't land your boat right on top of their the anthill, man. Come on.
Oh, I was standing right on the anthill, hosing off my my scuba gear.
You got to pay attention where you're putting your feet.
That is correct. Although I was standing on crushed coral out on the lawn, didn't even know that there was a nest there. No, 7, that doesn't work.
No, vodka does. You can pour vodka on it.
You use vodka for pain and use vinegar and soapy water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And a credit card to scrape off.
Yeah. The pee thing. The pee thing was probably one of the funniest things they ever tested on MythBusters because they were trying to figure out how the hell did we come up with a contraption and it simulates somebody peeing on somebody.
Yeah, I seen on the video I caught earlier about 30 Super Carry, and I assume that this is different than 30 Super.
Well, there is.
All right. Okay. What's the one the Mexicans use?
38 Super.
38 Super.
38 Super. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's
screwy there. All right.
Yeah, that's a 9mm cartridge.
It's a longer case, right?
Yeah, it's a bigger 9mm cartridge.
From what I heard, Smith & Wesson has a gun out for this. It isn't public yet, but there's some magazines got it in some photos or something. So
yeah, they're doing the Shield Plus and the Shield Easy in it.
I'm gonna have to get another Shield Plus. All right.
Yeah.
Now, in my whole bowl of like ammo, I got to decipher between my 380s, my 9mm, and a 30 Super. They all look the same.
Yeah, and the interesting thing, since it's the same length as the 9mm, you can take existing 9mm, do a barrel swap, and then just change your follower, and it should work in your 9mm magazine.
Hot dog. No, I had to get a new gun. I still got. I just put in 2 more open spaces in my gun safe, so I need 2 more handguns. Oh, 7 got hit with the yellow jackets. I had one that stung me right in my eye. Well, my eyelid, my inside of my eyelid, between your eyelashes and the inside of your eyeball. It was right on that edge where, those 80s chicks used to put their mask or their eyeliner.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I look like the Elephant Man. Not that I didn't start out looking like him, but it was the whole side of my face, man. It was just, my whole head was swelled up.
Yeah, my cousin got stung in the ear by one. He couldn't hear for like a month out of that ear.
Like,
Yeah,
you guys allergic?
I don't think so, but
No, it's just where he got stung at because it's sensitive the tissue in that area was.
I've been stung by all types of stuff. The worst thing I found was these hornet-looking things that were white and black. So I'm not sure what they were, but actually started going numb and stuff in my arm. So it was pretty crazy, and they were aggressive, like aggressive. So
Yeah, it was probably a type of hornet. I don't know.
I had no idea, but only time I've ever gone numb from getting stung. But other than that,
bald face hornet, I bet.
from bees.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all assholes. I don't like them.
Yeah, hornets are bastards.
Usually, we get good relationship. Yeah, when you up on near roofs and all that, you run into that shit all the time.
Yeah,
so
you don't mess, I don't mess, right?
yeah, it's not a problem. I don't really, but those ones that very territorial or something. So they weren't playing.
I wished I could find that picture of myself after I got the next morning after I got stung. It's hideous.
Yeah. Getting back to the caliber that we were talking about.
Oh yeah.
Buds and I were talking. We were coming up with different handguns that this round might be interesting to have it in. What would be an interesting handgun for you guys to see that chambered in this one?
Well, I mean, we already said the Shield Plus.
Yeah, but we already know that's coming out. I'm talking about ones that we don't know if they're coming out with them.
I don't know. What do you think, Rob?
Maybe a Dillinger or something like that. I don't know. I mean, interesting. I don't know what would be interesting. So I really couldn't say. Or Derringer, I guess you would call it. So
maybe
it might be interesting. I don't know.
Maybe a 10-shot revolver.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could definitely put this in a revolver and get quite a few rounds in it. I mean, if Smith & Wesson can make an 8-shot 357,
yeah,
and Ruger make an 8-shot 357, I'm sure they could come up with something where they get 9 or 10 of this round in it.
Yeah, if these are skinnier. Yeah.
That's probably a great idea, technically. So.
And
that's what I said. I meant to say that. No.
I'm
filing for my patent right now.
Yeah. One of the ones I said on Mike's show was not you, the other Mike. the gun I got on my hip right now, the P365.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And then did you guys say that there was a carbine coming out?
No, nobody's stated a carbine yet. We were just speculating on carbine.
I mean, because that CX4 Storm I've got. Being a carbine, I got 23 round mags for it. If you could fit like 5 more in that, that'd be kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, without having to have the extended magazine, you could get 19 of these in a double stack 9mm mag.
Yeah, I already mine runs Beretta 92 mags, which hold what, 16, 15? I forget.
Depending on which Beretta it is, yeah, with which magazine, because You can get Breda magazines up to 18.
Oh, my God. 15.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't know. Be interesting to watch it, how it evolves, right?
mhm.
Yeah, I want to see the performance, penetration, steel or whatever. Want to see what it can do in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's
More
got to
rounds are
be.
definitely a plus, but there's got
They
to
got
be
to,
some kind of
yeah,
payoff for it in some way.
equal to or way better to
Yeah,
justify it.
it's
Really.
something. Yeah,
Hmm.
especially since it's a new round. That's the kind of the killer to me. It's cool, like new rounds are good, but yeah, the
Yeah,
worst thing that could happen is you love it and then you can only find 3 boxes a year. You know what I mean? That
right.
you're gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Or they're wicked expensive because there's only so many out.
Yeah, McKay Joe just. I saw that earlier today too. Bob Saget, he was found unresponsive in a hotel in Orlando, and now he's dead. As a doorknob.
MKJO said he was in the middle of a comedy tour.
Damn.
Is he like one of them TV show guys or something?
Yeah, he was on Full House.
Full House, and he did America's Funniest Home Videos for
Yeah.
a long time,
And he was absolutely hilarious doing stand up. His stand up
Yeah.
was nothing like his character on a Full House or him
for
hosting
sure.
America's Funniest Home Videos.
Did
He
you ever
was more
watch?
Andrew Dice Clay type comedian.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Did you ever watch the interview on Joe Rogan with him?
No, I did not get a chance to see
That
it.
dude is hilarious, man.
Oh yeah, he absolutely is.
Just and coming from like what you said, like his character on Full House, he was on Rogan, and man, he was letting the expletives fly. Man, he's hilarious.
Hmm. You know who else is funny as hell? Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
If you've never seen him do an interview on one of those sit down
Yep.
shows like that metal show or something,
Yep.
dude he could have been a stand up comedian. Legitimately could have been a stand up comedian. He is freaking hilarious. I can't stand his music, but the man is funny as hell.
I back you 100%. I totally agree. I've seen those interviews, and the dude is smart, articulate. I mean, he found his niche in music and exploited it to the nth degree, and just. But yeah, the interviews and talking with him, he's funnier than shit.
Well, Sandman Anarchy throws out there. He'd love to see 45 Colton Hank. I think he said something about that last night during Felsa's show, didn't he? Where he wanted to see 45 Colton handguns that aren't revolvers. Yeah, but you're going to run into so many issues, and there's so many other calibers that are around that same power. It's really not worth it for the manufacturers to do like a semi-auto handgun. It's mainly relegated anymore to being a cowboy action type round. So you see it in like the carbines, the lever action carbines, and the Colt replicas and stuff. But it's just not a viable round for the manufacturers to do in a semi-auto or anything along those lines.
You guys don't even like Freakin' Unleashed?
That's not Marilyn Manson. That's Korn.
Okay, I'm getting mixed up. All right.
There's a couple songs Marilyn Manson I rock out to.
Yeah,
Beautiful People.
Yeah, I've never been a Marilyn Manson
That's
fan.
a good one.
I could headbang to that.
But that's like your kicking ass soundtrack when you're going to raise some hell.
Yo. Knocking over mailboxes.
Oh, I guess that's not what I really meant, but okay.
Well, I'm a hillbilly redneck, so
Buck, I was laughing at Buck's comment about the 45 Colt pistol. Don't get that to make it. We're still waiting on the other one. He's not wrong. He is not wrong. We are still waiting on that double-barreled gun that Pat was supposed to be machining.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that, man. Pat out there?
No, I
I
haven't
haven't
seen it.
seen him yet.
Uh, he's definitely slow rolling that one.
Mm,
It's almost like that AK-50 that Brandon Herrera is supposed to be.
oh, that's
Well, hey, at least he had something, a prototype, right?
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
hell, Pat.
yeah. It was cycling. One of the last videos I watched about a month ago. It was actually doing stuff. Defense Dad says Rob rocks out the Nickelback.
Hey, I will admit it. I will put Nickelback on from time to time and just sit back and listen. My youngest daughter, man, when she Nickelback for a while was like her favorite band before she started getting into the K-pop stuff.
Gotta be wrong if it feels so damn good.
This I'm gonna turn on my video. This is for Seven Wonders. Let's go, Brandon. My
Yeah,
family
I
loves
like
that
lots of music.
when I wear that to the store.
Yeah, I got this one from Gun Toting Pacifist,
Oh, nice.
and that's not PVC. That is what do they call it? Embroidered.
Nice. That couldn't have been cheap.
I don't know if you can tell on my camera or not, but that is embroidered.
Nice.
Feeding into it, man. Feeding into it.
Hmm.
I got two of these.
I'd rather people just said what was said, you know what I mean? Said the original.
Oh,
So,
it makes it more funny.
yeah, but that's what they say, but it psychologically changes it up, and then you got
Mhm.
all these people that don't understand it, and it smooths shit out. No, it's supposed to be
yeah.
fuck Joe Biden, so let's just say fuck Joe Biden. I don't this is like helping playing along with their cover up. We're helping them make it easier. I don't understand. And then people are paying for the patches and hats and shit. I don't, maybe I'm wrong. I look at it wrong, but to me, it's just, I'd just rather say it the original way.
Oh, that's why you get the initials FTB or FJB rather.
Well, that could mean friends of Joe Biden. I
Yeah,
don't
no,
want FJB. That's freaking crazy. I'd say fuck Joe Biden.
That's crazy talk.
that's crazy talk. What are you talking about? Now you said, call Joe Biden on Christmas, like, and let's go, Brandon, and fuck Joe Biden. I agree. I agree. Fuck Joe Biden. Wait, what did I just say? See the look his wife gave him when he did that. She's like, she gave him look like he was a complete moron.
He was all upset about everybody saying that. And then one reporter tries to clean it up, and the whole world jumps on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that sounds like? Bunch of.
Well, and the reason why they jumped on it was to make fun of her. Did she think anybody was buying that shit? They're saying, let's go, Brandon. They're like, no, that's not what they're saying.
Hey man, somebody just bought it and sent it to you in the form of a patch.
That's the making fun of her part for trying to sell a bill of goods. No, that's not what he was saying. That's the whole. That's the whole joke of it. So you're missing the whole joke, Rob. Come on, man.
I don't know. If I was gonna spend money, it would say fuck, not That I don't know.
Wait, spend money? What?
I don't know.
Go with the original. That's all I'm saying.
I guess we should see who all's out there in the chat. By the way, now that we've already gone through one topic. Yeah, we got Seven Wonders out there. Fiend Dog, they were already acknowledged. Sam of Anarchy, MKJO, Buck under his new name of the Tactical FUD. Moo, you don't count because you're on the panel.
I can count to 3.
You can count to 3. with
No
or without your fingers.
No
That's how
hand.
many stomachs he has.
If that's the case, he's abnormal for a cow.
It's 1.0. We got
So what do cows have? 4? I thought it was 3. I know it's more than one stomach.
Yeah, they got more than one.
So how many is it?
Now that you ask, I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it was 3.
I don't think it was 3.
How many magnets you got, Moon?
I don't know. I'm not a farmer. Remember, Moo's the guy.
I don't expect you to answer that live.
Yeah. Remember, Moo's the guy that got a horse mask and thinks it's a cow. So
Okay, snob.
Snob wasn't wrong.
Well, I need to leave the Amazon review a negative review then.
Uh-huh. They sold you a horse and told you it was a cow.
Sold me a bill of goods.
Uh-huh. Defense dad's out there. You mean defense dad?
Playing from your mama.
Whoops.
What?
Oh, that's my my government listening device.
Uh-huh. Say defense dad and it says that.
Cows have 4 chambers in their stomach. I had to look it up. That's why it says "Yo Mama."
Yeah. Stacy's out there.
So it's one stomach with 4 chambers instead of 4 stomachs.
Oh, see, defense dad already said it too. Cows have 4.
Yeah, I
One
was all the way
stomach.
at the beginning of the chat looking to see who all was out there. So I didn't. If he did, I
Did
didn't
you,
see.
Chris from the 740?
Yeah, we got Chris from the 740.
Hello, Vanessa. She's out there.
Scrambling down. Move. Give me a chance here.
All right,
Yeah. Clover was out there.
Mr. Guns. Hello, nice lady.
And yeah, there's Vanessa.
She's probably out shooting her new Tiffany Kimber.
So that's everybody so far that's out there. So evening, everybody. Now, the next topic I had is a little one that it's on the funnier side, more on the lighthearted side, but it actually happened and it comes out of Pennsylvania. So let me bring this article up. I got a laugh out of this one when I saw it, the sheer stupidity. Let me find it here. All right. Pennsylvania police find 5 deer inside car during DUI stop.
Are you sure that wasn't Michigan?
Just giving them a ride, man.
Oh, it gets better. The driver, a 19-year-old woman, was arrested for a suspected DUI, a report said.
Mhm.
The deer wasn't in the headlights, it was in the trunk. Police officers in Pennsylvania were surprised Thursday night when they found a live deer inside the trunk of a driver's car during a DUI stop, police said. The driver told officers with the Newberry Township Police Department in York County she had hit the deer with her car and she and the passenger placed it in the trunk thinking it was dead. They later realized the deer was still alive but kept driving. Why wouldn't you? The officer had the passenger, a 21-year-old man, release the deer from the car back into the wild. It was unclear if the deer suffered any injuries in the crash. I mean, look at this. He's actually picking the deer up.
Oh, such a good boy.
And then you get a picture of him crossing the street carrying the deer.
That's great.
The driver, a 19-year-old woman, was arrested on suspicion of being under the influence of alcohol or drugs. You don't say. The incident was captured on the officer's dash cam video.
Oh dear. That is funny. It's like on Tommy Boy. The deer came to in the back seat.
Now, the fence dad wants to know if they had their deer tag.
That's the least of her problems.
You know, they could have got her on poaching, and she doesn't.
Well, it didn't really poach it. It wasn't dead.
She thought it was. The intent was there.
That's hilarious.
Get pulled over for that suspicion of driving drunk. The officer gets out of the car, walks up to your car. Here's something in the trunk. Oh, man, what do you got in your trunk?
Now they're gonna have to.
deer.
Now they're gonna
Ma'am,
have to
I don't
change
think
up
that
their.
deer's dead.
You have to change up their script. You know, when they come up and says, "Got any weapons, handguns, knives, hand grenades, rocket launchers, and a dead deer?"
I could almost understand throwing a deer in a trunk. I know you shouldn't. You shouldn't even approach one like that because it's a great way to get hurt. So
I'd like to see the video of that drunk bitch putting that thing in the trunk.
See, what they're not telling you is the drunk lady or the passenger, one of the two, was actually a hitman for the deer mafia, and they had to silence that deer.
Represent.
They were taking it to get fitted with some concrete shoes.
That's funny. That certainly, definitely. I'm sure that's happened in Michigan too.
Oh, I'm sure that's happened in just about every rednecky state.
Mm-hmm.
oh, yeah, it's a shame just to let it go to waste. I mean, obviously, you might want to call it in or something. Maybe they'd let you keep the damn thing. But if you actually took one out and ruined your car and your day, if you could get partial freezer full, at least you get something out of the deal.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't just make the assumption and throw it in my trunk.
Yeah, if you're gonna throw it in your trunk, you best make damn sure it's dead.
14 rounds of 9mm right to the dome.
Yeah. Seriously, that guy is lucky that deer didn't kick the shit out of him when he opened that trunk up, get it out of there. You ever see what a white-tailed deer will do to somebody if it kicks them? It's not a pretty sight.
My dad, sorry, hold on. Try to get my earbud in right. My dad told me about stopping years ago on a backcountry road, hitting a deer, and basically it's almost same scenario. Not same, but he got out and went up and was considering trying to move it off the road, and all of a sudden somebody started screaming at him, and apparently it was a state trooper or a sheriff or something. And he told him, stand back, all that stuff. And, my dad backed up to talk to him. I guess the deer popped up, took off. And the officer explained to him that they they did at the time, lost so many officers a year because they'd go up to try to drag them off the road or something. And that's exactly what would happen. They'd jump back up, and if they had horns, they'd get you. And that was how it went. I don't know if it's true or not, or, I don't doubt what my dad told me, but I don't know if the guy was just telling him that or what the deal was. But basically, it's a risky thing. So a lot of times they are just knocked out. So be pretty careful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, deer are more resilient than people want to give them credit for. Ask Squib when he had to mag dump his 1911 to get the deer to finally die.
He's on the side chat.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it.
Yeah.
It's called giving them grief.
Remember that cow on Me, Myself, and Irene when he kept shooting it and then he had to choke it out?
Mm.
A little different, but kind of the same.
Well, Squib was one step away from having to do the choking part. The deer had enough sense to die once the 45 ATP was put into it a few times.
I gotta step away for a minute, guys. Hopefully, I'll be joining you back shortly.
Okay. Yep. Jason Stewart is out there. He's jumped in. So evening, Jake and Squibby.
Mhm.
I think they're the only two that have jumped in recently. Yeah, everybody else we had mentioned. So that's what I had for topics was the woman caught drunk while poaching deer using her car as the weapon, and the new federal cartridge.
19. See what a White Claw will do to you?
Mhm. Fence Dad says he had a customer buy three. Where'd it go? There it is. 3 LeSabres one summer because he kept hitting deer. Insurance paid to replace the cars, and I swear he went looking for them. We've talked about it before. That Ford Fusion that my wife had, I don't know if it was the killer or what, but that thing was a magnet for deer. She had hit 3 and had one, or got hit by 3, I should say. 'Cause it was always on the side of the car. It was never the front. It was always from the side. The deer ran into her, and then the one that jumped over the hood. If she'd been going any faster, it would have went through the windshield.
That's not good.
No, that's definitely not good.
We had a thing in high school. One of the students on their way to school in the morning uh, hit the deer with an S10 pickup, and it flew up over top of the truck and went through the windshield of the car behind and killed the kid.
Yeah,
Way to bring it down the chat.
Yeah, that deer that was trying to do like the '80s TJ Hooker slam across the front of the squad car bit.
Yeah, I've never hit one, with the front of the truck. Like you said, they've run into the side of me before.
Oh yeah. Are you
Uh,
seeing the pictures when the one T-boned the car, then it in the front driver's side and rear driver's side doors and smashed the mirror?
yeah. Now my brother-in-law, he's gotten run into a few times, caved in like his front quarter panel, his door. You know, I've never had major, knock on wood, major damage from a car deer accident. I hit a dead one on the road once.
Yeah,
It was laying down. It was like that right at dark, and it was raining, so you couldn't even see the road really.
hmm
And ran it over from his head down to his butthole, and it squirted guts all up underneath the truck. And by the time I got to the next, I was way up north and I was in Everett, Michigan. Pulled into the car wash, and the guts were frozen to the inside of the wheel well. I had to sit there for like 3 different cycles of quarters
that is nasty.
and try to get it out. Oh, it stunk so bad.
Oh, I imagine.
Just squirted it right out.
The good thing is when that one T-boned the car, she had Geico at the time still. Well, she thinks she still does have Geico now. Think about it. But she had her and they didn't even question it. They just sent a check to get it repaired. All 3 times, I'm like,
They jack your rates next year?
nope.
Really? That's cool.
She had the deer coverage, so it didn't affect any of that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had 3 claims within 2 months once. And one was I had ice dams, $13,000 worth of damage to the house. And next one was my wife hit a light pole. You know, those really evasive light poles that are right in the middle of a parking lot. And what the hell? It was another car accident. She backed into the garbage hopper and destroyed the lift gate. So our next bill comes and it's like triple because it was all homeowners attached to the car insurance, all through the same,
Mhm.
company. Yeah, and I'm like, why would it trip? I mean, I'm here to hang. You need to recoup your expenditures, so raise a little bit. I'll hang out with you. They're like, nah, that's just the way it is. So I went to another company, and you know how when you switch insurance companies, they ask you, have you had any claims in the last, I don't know,
Mhm.
couple years, whatever. And I wrote down everything that I had claimed, and they're like, our records don't show that because it was so new that it didn't hit their system yet or something. And so my car insurance went down, my homeowners went down, and the guy goes, "Well, if something pops up on our system, I'll give you a call, because you might have to pay more." I'm like, "Let me know." I was with them for years and never it never went up. Like jack wagons.
Yeah. When the last one hit my wife's car, this was we got rid of the car right after this one. We went just once she got her escape, but she was going up US 220 towards Cumberland, Maryland, and she got to this one part, and a couple of people had been hit by deer, had their cars hit by deer, and the police investigated. They found somebody was baiting the deer right off the side of the road.
Nice.
Mm.
Well, it looks like it's Jason's birthday out there. Happy birthday, Jason.
Yep. I told him happy birthday yesterday, but happy birthday, Jason.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Heck yeah.
And for everybody else, happy unbirthday.
That's right. Mine's not until May.
Yeah. Had to pull out the old Alice in Wonderland thing, the tea party. Very happy unbirthday to you, to me, to you. That was like the best part of Alice in Wonderland, the tea party with the Mad Hatter. The Mad Hatter, the March Hare, and the Dormouse. That scene was so good that Jefferson Airplane made a song about it with some not very subdued drug references, shall we say.
Drugs. Hmm.
Hmm. And the red and blue pill that was used in the Matrix actually came from Alice in Wonderland.
Let's see.
Like in the song White Rabbit, one pill makes you smaller and the other makes you tall. And the one that mother gives you doesn't do anything at all. It robs back.
Remember that Steve Martin bit when he was talking about getting high? He was getting small. He goes, I think I'm getting really small.
Well, there's your reason why.
Everybody's getting small.
Miss anything good?
Nope.
Nope. Just random BS.
Just wishing Jason Stewart a happy birthday.
Yeah. Says he
Happy
got a
birthday,
python. No, he got he said he's working on a birthday python. Gun or snake? Did you get a gun or a snake?
What he plays with in the bedroom is his own business.
Yeah, I don't mean that kind of snake. Yeah, pervert. It's a family show. Yeah, wait, no, it's not. It's a legitimate business. And it's not much of a business because I don't want to get any money off of this. I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, my local gun shop's got a Colt Anaconda in stock right now.
I was never a big fan of the Colt snake guns. I like the Smith & Wesson pistols better.
Well, I definitely have more Smiths than I have Colts.
You know, there's a joke there, Jason, but I'm going to leave it there. You know, something about he must have went to Tijuana.
python. New one or the old school one, Jason?
New one.
Probably.
No, it is. He talked about it the other day. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a new one for what?
I think it's a
1400.
4-inch new style. I don't know what he paid for it, but yeah. And he wished they made one blued, but they don't.
What?
Yeah, they're only doing them in stainless.
There was something to be said about a really nice blued firearm.
Yeah, he said it's a 4 1/4 inch barrel.
Nice.
That was close. Typical guy. Gotta throw that extra quarter in there.
I was in the pool.
It's cold outside.
Wonder why they do that. You know, that's almost like a body farm thing. Why do they go 4 1/4, 4 1/8? There's no legal limit that it had to be 4 inches for
Right.
debate on the length, like a possible
like a
rifle
pistol
or something.
SBR. Right.
Yeah. So what the hell's with the 1/8, the quarter? This. I mean, what is this? I don't know. I don't get it.
Depending on the caliber, that extra 1/4 inch can actually make a difference in the velocity of the round coming out of the front of it.
What if
When
it's
you
something
get
to do with the bar stock or something that like you get equal lengths of barrels if you go something like that. I don't know.
Maybe.
Squibby's leaving, so have a good night, Squibby.
We're boring him to death.
Yeah, I guess.
Squib was out there, huh?
Yeah. So
Is he wearing the belt?
See, Rob doesn't pay attention.
The rainbow belt?
It's not a rainbow. Yeah, that belt. Damn YouTube.
The non-binary belt.
Yeah, Jason said that Colt made it 4 1/4 so they can sell it in Canada. They do have some crazy laws in Canada, so I'll buy that.
You know what? You could have made that up, and I would totally believe it.
Yep, exactly. Because it's Canada, and Canada has weird laws.
Yep.
And they have flip-top heads. I mean,
Pez dispenser.
and they got that, South Park, Terrence and Phillip, and Ike, the way their heads were.
Nom, nom.
I'm not your buddy, guy. I'm not your guy, buddy.
So those of you out there watching, there's going to be no Midnight Range TM, the closer, tonight. He's not feeling well. He's got menstrual cramps.
What else we got to talk about? I have no
We
idea.
should talk about Bigfoot.
Oh, good God. No. Rob's sober, so it's not going to be a good story.
Dude, I remember that story like it was yesterday.
Oh, man, that is a hard story to forget.
Dude, that was like, well, I was in the new house just recently, and so it had to be about 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
It was legendary, man. So yeah.
The worst part is it was off the air.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, that was right after Black Cat had stopped the show.
Damn it.
Thank God.
Yeah, that was right after the show ended.
Damn it. So there's no
Yeah, it
way.
was probably good stuff, man. There's a video about that night that couldn't be shared, but that was a hell of a night, let me tell you. And not a video like that. It's me messed up crawling on the floor video. One of those videos.
Oh, I thought you were making Pornhub content.
I knew you guys would go right to that. I knew it. That's why I had to specify.
It didn't stop us.
It is a true story, though.
You give me a lie detector, I'm sure I would pass.
And Fred's dad says he keeps seeing EDC videos with guys including custom hand sanitizer dispensers, and he wants to smack people around. Yeah, I can see that. Dumb fucks.
You could fling that alcohol-based hand sanitizer right in somebody's eyeball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's
Bear
such
spray.
a thing as being too clean, too. I know that sounds probably nasty. Trust me, I shower daily, sometimes several times. But when it comes to like bacteria, all that type of stuff, like too much antibiotics, all that type of stuff, there's a negative once you get to too much. So,
Well, I agree.
Yeah.
at some point, people are, the common cough is going to kill somebody if people keep things up at this rate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Jason got the story wrong. He didn't bait Bigfoot with a bag of chips. He found an empty bag of chips near where he said he saw Bigfoot, which proved that Bigfoot was eating potato chips.
Hey, man. All I said is I went back the next day to see if there was something, a reflector, a bag of chips, something, because something was like reflecting at me over there. Or glowing, whatever. I don't know. I'm not going to say glowing because that's just kind of weird. But
do you remember?
I was
who
picking
all
up
was on?
shine from something.
Who all was on that after chat?
Yeah, it was you, me,
I don't know.
Moo. Let me start over because I just said it was you and Moo. So I'm talking about you twice here. No, it was you, me, Rob, and Rob.
Oh, Black Cat.
Yeah.
Just the four of us?
Yep.
Damn it.
It was just the four of us.
Those after chats are legendary.
Yeah, we had an after chat
Especially
live
with
on my show.
alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, go back to the Japanese food episode. We had an after chat during the show.
I was thinking about you, Rich, on New Year or on Christmas Eve when I was in Florida. I'm like, I wonder if he's having a sushi chat or something.
God, this past Christmas, everybody and their mother decided on New Year's Eve they were going to do a show. The past couple of years, I was the only one that did anything. This past Christmas, it's like 4 or 5 people that went live on Christmas Eve. It's like, what the hell? They're taking
Well, that's
my
just it,
spot.
man. You had a full panel that night. I mean, because everybody was like, it's Christmas Eve, nobody's doing shit.
Mhm.
Let's jump on live. Yeah. Well, and that was only last Christmas, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, no, the year before that's the one where you didn't get what the 5-minute rule meant. You thought you were on timeout for 5 minutes, and it's like, no, you got to stop and think before you say
Yeah.
something for 5 minutes.
I had been drinking all day. I got the deer in my trunk defense.
That's why you kept getting put on the 5-minute rule.
I put myself on the 5-minute rule a couple times, I think.
Those Christmas Eve episodes are always fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I missed Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve on the YouTubes.
I didn't do anything on New Year's because I don't do anything for New Year's. I just don't even care about
I
it.
was too busy soaking up the sun and
Lucky.
fishing and stuff.
You didn't miss much. Everybody had the same ideas, and everybody was doing this, like movie stuff and blah blah blah. And, oh god, it got old like by day 2, and we still had like 10 days to go.
We did watch Christmas Vacation. That was pretty funny.
I watched that too. Got it as a gift this year.
Hey Rob, you got your revenge on G23 on the Christmas trivia. So.
That's right. I smoked them this year.
Oh yeah,
Like smoked them. That was pretty bad.
not just one, but like far and away.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Rob kicked his ass.
I don't know what happened. I was just on.
On all 7 cylinders.
Actually, I was mediocre. He's a damn Glock guy. What do you expect?
Stan's out there, evening Stan.
Hey, Stan.
Jason's jumping in now. Evening, Jason.
Hey, fellas, with that.
How's your
Hello.
birthday?
I'm not singing you happy birthday.
No, we're not singing.
Happy birthday.
See, if I'd have remembered, I could have had
you.
everybody bring like a cupcake or something, like we did on Sarge's show when I forget whose birthday it was, and Sarge almost burned his house down.
If you want to get me something, just don't sing.
Or get Snob in here and have him sing for you.
All right, man. She's going to be showing up in about an hour.
Stacy, if you're still out there, use your link or tell Snob to use his link and come in here and sing happy birthday for Jason.
Dope.
Nope.
Get yourself 50 candles.
He'll burn the house down. Don't do
Well,
that.
you fitty?
Yeah, officially 50.
Just a baby.
Yeah, but see,
Actually, I'm 53.
I went ahead and started calling myself 50 a couple months ago. That way, it like slowly broke the news to myself. So I'm all good with it today.
That's all right. Just your knees and your ankles and your back will be starting hurting tomorrow.
No, man. Actually, I'll knock on wood. Man, I've been feeling good for several months now, man. I've been feeling really good, really healthy.
Nice.
No more aches and pains. I'm doing good.
Rock on.
Defense Dad's comment now. Why in the hell would you purposely try to get us Snob to sing? Call it a lack of judgment.
Snob can sing pretty good, man. You guys quit picking on him all the time. Snob is look. He's always in a good mood. He's a happy guy. He's got like the best smile on the
He's
whole
got more
internet.
teeth than yeah.
Yeah,
Snob,
I mean,
Snob knows one song and he sings it as every other song.
It's different. I mean, if you actually hung out and you seen him with the washboard, it's a total different experience.
Kingpin. Snob has the voice of an angel. That comes from Step Brothers.
A fallen angel, maybe.
Hell's Angel.
Didn't he get an invite to tonight's chat?
Who? Kingpin?
No, Snob.
Yeah. Snob always has an invite, but he never shows up. He's too good. The only time he shows up is if Stacy shows up and then he piggybacks off of her.
Yeah. Once Snob got all those 70,000 views of video and stuff, he forgot about all us little guys, man.
That's right. Remember your roots, young man.
Remember, he used to do a Saturday show. Like I don't. People probably don't believe me, but yeah, he used to do a live show.
Yeah, me and Budget were talking about that before we went live on his show tonight. At one point, there was a time where I was doing a show because everybody was doing live shows where I was on 7 days a week. I was at least one live show. Thank God those days are over. That got to be mentally tiring.
I'd like to get back to the Monday moan and groan, but it's not
Yeah, where
going
the
to be
hell's that
tomorrow.
been?
It's not going to be tomorrow. But
Slacker.
oh man, I work so hard, man. They got me so buried in work. It's not even funny, man. I just got home at like 8:30 on a Sunday, and it's my birthday. So like, that's. I mean, I'm working all the way to 8:30 at night, even on my birthday. Just, I mean, I am swamped with work, man.
I wouldn't put up with that. Then again, I'm one of those guys. It made me
I've
work.
done it, but don't have to now, thankfully.
Yeah.
That night, Gary and I, or day I should say, 'cause it started in the morning. Gary and I did 15 hours straight of live shows. I was so exhausted by the time I got to bed. It's just mentally draining doing those.
That's too much. It's not healthy. Like, especially if you're literally sitting at a computer doing this. That's freaking like, I don't know. There's got to be a mental term for that or something. You can't sit on your ass that long, like without getting paid. Like that's ridiculous. Even if you're getting paid, you're looking for back problems, all types of issues. You got to do something active.
Yeah, we only
15
did it
hours is
once.
way too long.
Yeah, we did it one day. It's like, we ain't never doing this shit again. Yes, we started on Gary's Sunday morning show. And then G-Webs did a show. He's like, well, the topic we were getting into, and we were getting in towards the end of Gary's show. So G-Webs like, I'll fire up a show. We can talk about it some more. Yeah, this was, I think it's probably been back when Hangouts on YouTube was still a thing. So then we jumped over and did G-Webs. And when he was done, somebody else had fired one up right after, so we jumped over there. and then it was time for my show. And then we were on Midnight Show after my show. So it's like, really, one after another, after another, after another. It's like, no, I ain't doing that again.
I got yelled at by my wife while we were down on vacation that I spend too much time on YouTube.
Ooh.
You should have told her, "Shh, woman, I'm on YouTube."
I would have hit her again, but the back of my hand hurt. Yeah, right.
Uh-huh.
After time, she learned to take a punch. Huh? It's
Donkey
not
punch.
effective anymore.
She would stop giving you those hot tub videos.
Yep.
Like,
Anywho,
They did ask me how many security cameras I have. I'm like, you don't even know.
Moo's got all the security cameras just so he can watch his wife walk around the house naked.
Yep.
piece of art.
Might as well, man. Why should the neighbors have all the fun?
That's right. Our old house that we moved out of, it was all windows. I mean, it was like, we made the comment, it's like, when you're in my old house, you were on TV because everybody in the neighborhood could see in our house. I mean, my front porch had 350 windows in it.
What the?
All single pane. Yep.
Ooh.
350.
That's crazy. In Michigan?
And then the house itself had 36 windows. And they were not small windows either. They went from, I think they were 6-foot windows because we had 10-foot ceilings, and they're, just like a foot and a half off the floor. So, they were huge windows.
Yeah, we used to have a house my mom bought when I was younger. They were decent sized windows, and they didn't open, but there was like 32 across the front of the house. It went from one edge to the other, and then it was built up. You had wall, waist high, like a knee wall, along the one whole side of the whole house, the whole living room, dining room, and it was solid windows all the way to the peak. Had cathedral ceilings in the inside, and it was all windows, man. And it was like $4,500 in curtains to fit all the way across, and it's like 30-some feet of solid windows all along the whole living room and the sides.
Yeah.
It's a neat house. You always recognize it. Some other people live there now, but I didn't really care for it. But at the time, my mom had like I said, the house was 30-some feet wide, and she had 30-some feet of plants and flowers and hanging shit from one end to the other.
Bunch of shit.
I think it's a security risk. I don't know. Privacy issues, but I know they have stuff now where you can, I think it's like an electric charge in the glass. So it fogs the glass. Yeah, so I could do something like that, or, the two-way with like a security glass or something. Because I'm sure, you guys know, but a lot of those custom shaped windows are not cheap. So if you need one, you can't just go down to the store and get one. So you got to order, have it made, and now you got a big hole in your house for a week, 2 weeks. So it can be an issue. So
Yeah,
definitely want some strong glass, and with that option or some one-way tin or something, because man, that's and in the north, like your heating bills, glass is glass. I don't care how well it insulates. All that stuff ends up leaking eventually. So, so it's
well, I went from that old house that I was talking about. It had it was 100 years old. It had the weighted pulley, single pane windows, and you'd walk past them in the winter, and you could feel how cold it was coming through that window. I mean, it wasn't a draft or anything, but it was just such a thin piece of glass. And so I over the years I replaced a bunch of the windows with double pane argon, whatever, and had to custom order them from Menards, and each one of those windows. Well, Rob probably knows this. I mean, they're all like a little different. They're all different measurements. Even though they look the same, they're all different. So you had to measure
they
them
can be.
Measure them right to the 32nd of an inch, and tell them what you want. But after you did the first one, man, all the rest of them, I just ordered like 2, 3 at a time and take them out, put them in, put the trim back on, good to go. Insulate the shit out of them around it because there's no insulation in those old houses. Plaster and glass.
Try to order my replacements, because I assume you're speaking of replacements, not new construction.
Right. Yep.
I usually try to order my replacements 1/4 inch small, so 1/8 inch top, bottoms, left, right, because most places aren't square. So you'll go to slide that in there, and it don't. And then once you can get it to bend, but then it don't want to operate right, or seal properly and all that. So
or you can't get them in the hole.
Yeah, so it's best to leave just a little bit of room. So and then you can still technically and officially insulate the window as well, because it should be a sealed sash, which is all insulated and whatnot. But still, when you install them, people like to see it with insulation. That's what I can tell you from installing hundreds of thousands of windows. You don't have any insulation, people look at you funny. And spray foam gets risky, so you got to be careful with that. You can use it, but you got to be careful and use the right ones.
Spray foam is the evil of construction.
Yeah, I try to
wish
avoid
they would ban that stuff. I mean, they want to ban every chemical with everything there is. They need to ban that spray and insulation. I'm so sick of ripping that shit out of my way every day.
That's what my son does for a living. He spray foams new construction.
I think it's all right for the fire coatings, like on your ceiling rafters, a lot of commercial buildings and the walls. But with the insulation, I've seen a lot of problems with that stuff. Where they'll pinch doorways, pinch windows, stuff will start blowing back off the trim and stuff. Obviously.
Oh yeah.
There's you got to know what you're doing with it. That's all.
Yeah, if you build your stuff right, you don't need a can of spray and stuff, man.
Yeah, technically, but
Defense Dad had an interesting comment. I just have one question: does it come with a mirror? He says, "Look up Link's credit card."
I'm looking at it right now.
He didn't invent this thing. Yeah, does it come with a mirror? If it comes with a mirror, you know damn well the Coke fiend came up with that thing.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and I gotta agree with him.
Well, share, you stupid cow.
Oh, it's on my other computer.
That's a fine mess that you've done, Ollie.
They're $90.
$90? Holy shit.
Yeah.
That thing better be gold plated. Yeah, I say this as I have a $129 knife in my hand right now.
I got the 940 Osborne in my hand right now. That was 200 and something.
I got this one here.
Rich people.
Wee, wee, wee. I like it. And I've got this shitty one. This SOG. That's what I open my envelopes with.
Chris from the 740's taking off. Have a good night, sir.
Oh my gosh, Rich, you're the first person on the internet to say that correctly.
What?
It's Chris from the 740.
Uh-huh.
Everybody says Chris from the 740.
It's the area code. You always say
Yeah,
the
it's
number.
the area code. Did anybody
Yeah.
ever tell you your area code? Oh, 740. No, it's 740.
I'm from the 616.
I'm originally from the 412.
I was originally from the 313. That's
The
Detroit.
616.
90210.
That's a zip code.
You bougie California bastard.
See, Rob's one of the bourgeois. That's what bourgeoisie. That's what the problem is.
Bougie son of
No wonder he can afford to start his own company. Good lord.
Oh, come on. You know I'm kidding. If that was the case, I would not, I would not be jerk. My newest vehicle wouldn't be a 98.
Why not?
Well, yeah, look at all the old
That's
cars.
right.
Jay Leno
Who pays
has.
attention? I don't like new cars, do I? But no,
Come
that's
on,
not
man.
me.
Come on, man. Look at all the old cars Jay Leno has, and you're trying to convince us rich people don't buy old cars. Come on, man.
Give me like a 79 Ford with 5-speed V8. Manual windows, no computers, just stick and rudder, baby.
There you go.
You can crawl in the engine compartment and fix on that sumbitch, right?
Oh yeah, climb up right in there, man.
Well,
Pump
not
that
me.
hood,
I look
climb
like Winnie
right
the
there
Pooh.
and sit down.
Rob could fit in there.
Defense
Yeah.
Dad, he got no class, man. He's only got a $24 knife. No class, man. No class.
It'd be a driver's car when he can actually feel what's going on. So all the computers aren't cheating. One with your vehicle.
Yeah, I turn that trash control crap off every time I get in my truck. If I want to swing the ass end around, I want to swing the ass end around.
Yeah, and maybe I want to swerve into their lane and push them a little bit, you know.
All those lane departure things where it steers you back in your lane.
Oh, I hate
Yeah.
that.
That's dangerous.
Hell, it's fighting you on
yeah,
the
that-
steering
it
wheel,
is.
man. That's just crazy.
My wife had that. She had a what the hell was it? Acadia Denali, and it had that lane thing in it. And we're driving down. I mean, it snowed like 6 inches, and so there's like one set of car tracks going down the expressway, and it kept trying to follow those tracks, and it would jerk my wheel left and right, and it was like almost trying to put me in the ditch. And I'm like, how do you turn this son of a bitch off? She goes, I don't know. I'm like, get the manual. So she's reading the manual as I'm trying to keep us from dying.
There's some shit. The last guy, went right off the road. And your car wants to turn you right off the road. That'd be some shit.
I don't like that one bit.
Plus, people don't drive right. So, around here all the time, somebody's over the line or they're swerving around and move around double parked cars or,
trying to kill you. Hell yeah.
So, I mean, gee, you'd never make it through downtown with that thing on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how that works, but crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Or that auto stop if something's in front of your car.
The ones I've drove, if you
Like,
don't use
that's
the
just
turn
begging
signal,
to get robbed.
yeah, if you're on the highway and you don't use that turn signal and like you go to pass somebody or start over in that other lane, the steering wheel's like fighting you back the other way.
Yeah.
And even
Yeah.
though you're turning the wheel in your hand, the
Yep.
computer's turning the wheels the other direction,
Yeah.
fighting against you. And like for a second or two, you get like panic goes through you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what?
Yeah.
Well, what if
and-
the people in front of you come to a real sudden stop and you can't stop in time and you got to turn in the other lane?
yeah. That's
Good
ridiculous.
luck.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
That's what the
And this-
airbag's for.
And her and that Acadia, it would buzz your like left butt cheek if there was like a car coming up on your left. It would vibrate.
That'll get annoying real fast.
Oh hell yeah! I'm like, I
So
don't
is
like
that why you always see that single chick sitting on the side of
Yeah.
the road in her car?
Sure, your wife loved that car. That was her
Well, the thing
favorite
is,
car ever.
look, can you turn the whole seat on and I get like a massage while I'm driving? That'd be cool. No.
Some of the more higher end cars you can.
Yeah. That one was high end enough. Now she's driving a Honda.
Look at that. That a girl.
Yep. It is a cross tour. It's a nice car. It was my car. I'm like, you're driving this bitch.
I bought an Acura a couple months ago. Only drove it once.
Those are nice cars.
I owned one years ago. Loved it. Got
Yep.
me in trouble though, but I still loved it.
Was it a 5-speed? 6-speed?
Uh-huh. Integra.
You had what the hell was it? Was it an Acura? I don't know, but that thing would roast the tires in third gear.
Oh yeah. Pretty quick, so
Yep.
I think it's like 107 or 108 third getting on the highway.
Yeah, I bought mine. I just got to get license plates on. I'll be driving it in a month or two because it's got all-wheel drive on it. So as soon as,
Yeah,
it
that's
snows,
the,
as soon as it snows or getting ready to snow,
Yep.
I'll take over. It'll take over daily duties, I guess.
Yeah,
my
so-
wife's escapes all wheel drive, full time all wheel drive. She gets through the snow pretty good with it.
I
Yeah.
just haven't had the time to like get it set up to put my tools in it. You know, I mean, I just ain't had no time to mess with it.
Yeah, that cross tour's got same horsepower as my Silverado. Like 285, I think it is. That thing snorts. It's a nice car.
Yeah, I think I got the Acura MDX. I think it's
that's
got
the
like
SUV, right?
yeah, it's got 3 rows of seats in it.
Damn.
Once I fold those down, I'll have more room for tools in the back than I do my Ranger pickup truck, and I won't have to climb in and out of the bed, you know, to get something up front.
You didn't say Ford Ranger right.
Ranger,
No, it's a mother Ford Ranger.
the Danger Ranger.
My dad had a Ranger, man.
I drove one for a company truck for a small period, and I'll give it my stamp of approval. It made it through state lands, through cricks, through places it wasn't supposed to go, washed out areas, out through people's yards, and the truck kept going.
Well, the only problem with the Ranger is you can only get a 6-pack at a time. It won't hold a 12-pack in between the two seats.
So
Of soda.
I love my Ranger, man. $15 a day is all the gas it takes. Can't argue with that. It's been a great, dependable truck.
Hell yeah.
I put over 250,000 miles on it, and it's still a good truck, but stuff's starting to wear out, so it kind of needs like one of everything. But
Yeah.
keeps on going, man. Doesn't cost me anything. I hate to give it up, but when I start driving this Acura, I'll have to get rid of it, man. I only got so much driveway. It's pretty tight right now. But,
Extra
hate to get-
vehicles never a bad idea though.
yeah,
Yeah,
right. But
issues.
I got 3 cars in the driveway,
All
a
right,
truck out back, a car in the garage, and a boat sitting in the
so it's
yard.
not a problem.
Something's got to go.
And backup vehicles, I think, is always a good idea if you can. I'd suggest like that something you can move stuff with, and something that's cheap for trips and traveling, and you can save yourself a lot of money, depending on where you live. I know around here, I've had people bug me, offer me hundreds of dollars to go move a couch or go pick this up or go pick that up. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, but it's good money. All I got to do is drive. You're throwing it in the back. And at times they'll offer to buy you lunch or something. So, like, the truck can just make you money or save you money. And same thing, if I got to drive 6 hours, I don't want to drive a truck. It's much cheaper to drive a vehicle, or, a car or something. So, I always, if you can, it's good to have the option. In the end, even with insurance, in my opinion, at least for me, I save money having two. Well, I didn't mean to kill the chat.
Yeah. Like dead air. What happened?
No, I'm just reminiscing about my '79 Ford F-150 standard cab with 5-speed in it.
Yeah. Good old Ford.
Yep.
I had one of them little Nissans for like a day.
Oh, the
The
P2000?
4-cylinders with the 8 plugs in them.
Oh yeah.
That thing was quick as hell. I only drove it once, but I bought it, and by the end of the day, I resold the damn thing. But it was fun to drive that one time, though. I was shocked for a little thing like that.
Was that the B2000 or whatever they called them?
No, that's the Mazda. I
Oh,
think. Yeah, that's the Mazda. This was like almost like a Datsun pickup, but newer. It's remember the old Pathfinders? Not the newer ones, but the older ones. It looked like that, but a pickup.
remember
I don't know what they called those.
was it Datsun had the Brat? Remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I know the name, but
It was like
I
a
don't
mini
honestly
El
recall.
Camino.
Yeah, they made somebody put a El Camino in the dryer too long.
It had reverse facing seats in the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, like little bench seat in the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't they have like a weird stripe that ran down it?
Yep.
Went wider in the back or something.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I recall them now. Yeah.
Then they have like a little wimpy little roll bar on it
Yep.
and a little plate area, and it said the Brat.
Yeah, that stripe was to make it look like it was going faster than it was.
Yeah, a lot of cars like that are fun though.
Oh, yeah.
Some of these different cars, like the Subaru Outbacks or whatever, those
Mm-hmm.
same type of thing. I mean, they may not be ideal in all purposes, but if you, depending on your lifestyle and where you live, I mean, it's fun. Like having a convertible, I think sucks. I had one once, and girls end up hating it and all that type of stuff. But a Jeep, you can pop doors off or something, and you're going slow, could probably be a good time. Or same thing with a car like that or something.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the little Chevy Love trucks,
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
like a '74 Chevy Love.
Yep.
I mean, a friend of mine had one of those, and he put a complete tilt front end on it, fenders and hood and everything tilted open, and he put a build-up 351 Ford motor in that little Chevy
Right.
S10, and a 9-inch in the back, tubbed it out and everything. Back in the day when we were pro street and everything, man, that little truck would get up and walk across the road, man. It had, I don't know, the big Mickey Thompsons. Like, I don't know how wide them tires was back then, but he had like 2 feet of rubber on each back tire on that.
Rolled like a
little
dream.
Tiny truck. Oh god, that thing would hook up and go, man. If you put any smaller, he had like normal size tires on it, like 10 or 12 inch wide tires in the back. Took it out to the racetrack, and it did a burnout the entire quarter mile. Wouldn't hook up. That's why he had to tub it out the back. Yeah, that was a damn fast truck, man. I forget what it ran when it hooked up, but he took it there one day, and he only ran like a 14-second quarter mile in it, but it was tire smoke the entire quarter
Mhm.
mile.
Yeah, those little loves, those were made by Datsun or somebody overseas, weren't they?
Yeah, they were a little Datsun Toyota something or other body. Yeah, it was crazy. I helped him put the motor in, and he got everything in it and got everything done, and we tried to wire it into like the original wiring and everything, and we could never figure nothing out or trace down. Ended up just stripping everything and just wiring it up just for what it needed, man. I don't even think it had turn signals in it. We just wired it up to get it to run, and let's go run the shit out of it.
Last week, I took the kid out driving. Went in a truck. More forgiving, back roads, this and that. It's doing all good. Get to the end of our trip, basically, and telling slow down, because we're about to turn in this parking lot to switch back over. And she almost blew right by it. There was traffic coming and this and that. I had to like jump over, jerk the wheel, like an abnormal turn. You know what I mean? Kind of like past your entrance and back to it to get into it. It was amazing. So sitting here like having a freak out and everything. Switch over, start coming home. Next thing you know, like the brakes ain't acting right. I get home and I found out the last little segment of line in my truck that hasn't been replaced finally blew. So here I am thinking like, kids screwing up. You get that nervous feeling. You're, acting like an asshole. Like hit the brakes. Freaking out, bitching up the storm, and then it's my freaking truck. So, man, I felt like an asshole. So, thankfully, it all smoothed over well, and I didn't like freak out too bad, or nothing like that. But still, what a kind of slap in the face in a sense. So I got it fixed anyway. I had the line because the last time I had the issue, I bought enough to do the whole thing, and I got lazy. Fixed my problem and said I'll just wait. It got me, so flare it up and throw it in. So all good now, but since we're on cars, that was kind of funny. So
Flare.
It's not always the kid, so or it's not always the new driver. Sometimes it could be the vehicle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Take pride in my flares. Double bubble, baby.
Double bubble.
So defense dad's got teenagers, huh?
Yeah, apparently.
The good old days.
Teenagers
Once
smell
they
like
move
feet.
out and you do something with that room, you'll always have that smell.
I know that smell. My son's room smelled like a freaking morgue.
So it's down the hall. There's a laundry machine. Y'all try using it once in a while.
What's this vacuum cleaner thing you speak of?
And pull that bed out and pry those clothes up off the floor and get them cleaned up too.
Yeah. What are all these plates of food underneath your bed?
Now
What's wrong with you people? You got to get on your kid's ass. You can't live like that.
They're talking about when they were kids.
Young.
When you got kids that age, man, like the dishes and the silverware just start disappearing and getting like your supply of utensils is like
supposed to eat at the table
every day.
Well, it's easier to throw them away than it is to clean them.
They hide them, stuff them. You find them in closets, behind the bed, everywhere.
Next to the soccer
silverware is as bad as socks. There's a magical monster that comes in and eats the damn silverware every night.
Teenagers in socks. I can't even. I can barely smoke a cigarette thinking about it.
Man, by the time you're a teenager, nobody should have to tell you to clean your damn room.
Rob doesn't
Guys are
remember when
slipping.
he was a teenager.
Oh, I remember when I was a teen. My shit. Even my tapes were alphabeticalized. Like I got borderline OCD. My shirt's in the same order. You look at my shit, you put it back where it came from, or we got a problem.
Well, see, the kids here are kind of all right,
But-
when they come and they go, but it's that room, man. There's just
So you gotta jump on it young. It ain't a problem. My daughter's in a room right now, or I'd go show you a room, but she's getting ready for bed, and I ain't doing all that. But I'm telling you, it's clean. I'll bet you money. I'll drag her out here and go in there. I'll bet you money it's clean. Ain't even got to tell you. You get those habits young, it ain't a problem.
we've all
Don't
heard
be
it here.
slobs, people. Don't be slobs.
We all heard Rob say it tonight. Now, we'll give it a year or two. It'll be on one of these shows, and he'd be like, wait a minute. What is that? Something die up in here and shit?
No.
And then a little bit later, it'd be like, it's coming from her room. We'd be
Man,
like,
she's
"Ah."
even got a rabbit in her room, and it probably smells better than your room.
It won't take long. That rabbit will be running for cover to get out of there.
Guys are horrible. This is the problem with America. Gotta put your damn foot down. And it ain't a problem. You don't have to argue every day once they get it young.
No,
Get these
Rob,
values in place. Nobody likes the pretty chick that's house that looks like a freaking dump with 20 cats and God knows what running around. Oh, God.
no, it'll get to the point where they're just going to stay in their room anyways and don't want to hang with you anyways. So long as they get in that room and get that door shut quick as possible, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
I took the door off my daughter's bedroom once. Mm-hmm.
There you go. Do what you got to do. Get it in young.
Mm-hmm. Patriot in the Dark is out there saying hello, ladies.
Yep, he's back again.
Hey, Patriot.
He has the best governor of all 50 states.
Yeah, it's your governor too.
Oh, yeah. Greedy Gretchen.
A fine one she is. And so smart. Intelligent.
Yeah, her forehead's like a billboard.
Yeah. So in touch with today's society. Yeah.
That's right.
About as much so as AOC.
I think they're separated at birth.
Yeah, maybe. By a couple of years. Man, so.
You're doing a good job when they conspires and plot to kidnap you and
Right.
kill all of you right on the job. They'll
Yeah.
come to the state house and get you. So once you've reached that status, man, you're doing something
Well,
right.
when the FBI is plotting to kidnap you, you know you done fucked up.
Those FBI guys had to be retarded.
Well, nobody said they weren't.
I know. I'm like, I could have got some Michigan militia guys up here to kidnap her, no problem. You got FBI guys? They can't figure that shit out? Jesus. Dipshits.
Yeah, makes you wonder how much stuff did they get away with.
Yeah, for sure.
And remember, she thought she was going to be picked for vice president.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Oh, and she was so bummed when she wasn't. Here's your sign.
It's racism. That's why she didn't get picked.
yeah,
Pure
they
and
picked a
simple.
Jamaican Hindu instead.
Uh-huh.
The best one was when her husband was drunk, tried to cut in line up in northern Michigan to get in front of somebody. Don't you know who I am?
When he was
No.
trying to put his boat on the water.
Yep. Yep. What a dork.
Yeah, you're
She would have
yes.
been doing the same thing. Except you would have had a beer in your hand. But like, hurry this shit up.
Yeah. If I was running that pier and he came in with the, don't you know who I am? I'm like, yeah, you're the asshole who's married to the bitch that made it where you can't put your boat on the water.
Yeah, when you guys finally kick her out, man, don't kick her this direction.
I will. We can't go much further north. Got to go south.
Throw her up there in the upper, man.
Yeah, throw her across the border into Canada, right across the Detroit Bridge.
Keep her moving.
I got a whole group of friends that's going up there to the upper next week, actually.
Oh yeah,
Going
what for?
ice fishing.
Oh right.
They got a cabin, or their cabin, maybe 2 cabins, and they go up there every year. So they got everything they need, man. They got little pop-up shanties, augers and heaters, and little tiny fishing poles, and spikes, and 10 pairs of gloves and everything. They're going up for a whole week.
Yeah, you guys need to.
I don't know what part, but it's all the way up there in the upper. They got to go across the bridge.
You guys need to tar and feather Gretchen and send her over to Windsor. She can get a job in one of the strip clubs. Maybe.
We'll take her here then. We got a strip club out on Route 30, the old Dirty 30. That's where all the old strippers go to die.
Bring her up here during deer season. She would not be happy.
Transfer point for prostitution.
Well, she's already prostituting herself out anyway, so
I think Gretchen would like.
There's a difference between stripping and prostitution. I think
stripping and slipping it.
That depends on what club you're at.
Right. Can you imagine walking in there and seeing her big ass fucking forehead around the fucking on the pole?
Free advertising, man.
She got so much forehead. She got 5 head.
I was thinking the same thing as you were saying it.
You'll go into the strip club before it'll have this space for rent on it.
Stretch. T-Mot's out there. Stretching Gretchen. I love that story.
So what'd you do out there in Florida?
I did a lot of boating, did a lot of fishing. We go everywhere by boat. The boat is literally 10 steps from the front door. So we jump in the boat every day and go do stuff. Went down to Key West on Monday. Did the Duval crawl, as they call it, Duval Street. Went to Sloppy Joe's, Hog Heaven, Fat Tuesdays, Margaritaville. Watched the Freak Show, the Sunset Celebration at Mallory Square, where the cruise ships pull up. There's all these street performers and stuff going on, so we watched that. Ate a lot of seafood. Chilled out on the lanai. Watched fish swim by on the channel. Did a little shopping. I mean, it was cool, man. 11 days of 80-degree, sunny. I mean, it was great.
It was 70 and raining here on Christmas Day.
Did you play with the dolphins? See dolphins?
We have done that. Did not this time. Kids went to, it's called Theater of the Sea, where it's a dolphin show and, sea lions, all those captive mammals. I stayed back with my in-laws. We drank Bloody Marys and played cards. But Yeah, just hung out every night. It was cool.
Did you dance with AOC?
No, she was in Miami.
We flew into Miami, then went down to the Keys, but no AOC, no horse teeth, no chlamydia.
You-
So did
Yes.
my invitation get lost, or
I think it did.
all right?
You're just a hater.
Damn mail.
You can't date her.
Yeah, but in regards to Defense Dad's latest comment, I can't relate to that because I don't pocket carry.
I pocket carry my 340 and my LCP too. But yeah, they get shit. I gotta clean my wife's gun like every 3 weeks. She goes, "Honey, I spilled a smoothie in my purse. Can you clean my gun?" I'm like, "What the hell is this?"
I thought maybe she was female prison carrying.
No, that's her AK.
Hey, when you said you have to clean it every 30 days or so, you know.
My guns get dirty all the time, whether it's in a pocket or holster, just due to work. So, pretty much a bi-weekly on an EDC clean, and could probably be cleaned more, honestly. But that's what I usually do, but probably bi-weekly. Sometimes, whether it's in the only kind of pocket carry I do is cargo pocket, but sometimes it still collects stuff, and that's in a holster in the cargo pocket. So
Yep.
it's pretty much, depends what I'm doing. Cutting trees, I've had those 1/4-inch little flakes that come off the chainsaw, like pockets full of them. I don't know how the hell it gets in there, but it does. All type stuff, but so it all depends. But yeah, sometimes it is kind of shocking how dirty it can be after you're thinking back. How long ago did I clean this? Like, geez, it's only like a week or two. Like, well, holy cow, So
Yeah.
yeah, it can be pretty significant depending on your lifestyle and whatnot. So not a plug for Swiss Smith and Wesson, but I will state, my shield works quite well. Still looks pretty good for being as old as it is, and the use it's had.
It was pretty interesting tonight to hear Budget talk about that. What's it called? The 30 Super Carry?
Yeah, we were talking about that on here too.
I didn't catch it. Is it really that much more powerful than a 380?
Yes.
It is. So it's worth the.
Yeah, it's almost equal to 9mm, and you can get more of them in a magazine.
Yeah,
Yep.
but you can get some hot 380
Almost.
too, though. So I was just wondering if it really is that much better than a 380.
Yeah, probably.
Well, that depends on your idea of better too. It may have more power in a sense, but it also has more felt recoil. So somebody that went to 380 due to sensitivity wouldn't probably perceive it as better.
Well, if you're going to 380 for sensitivity, you're not carrying a small firearm anyway. Because 380 and a small gun is snappy.
It's pretty
as hell.
snappy, yeah.
Yeah, I've got two 380s. My LCP is a little snappy, not too bad.
Well, the one my wife had, that thing was a bitch.
I got Beretta 84.
Ooh.
It's not really all that snappy. It's a pretty snug little gun.
No, that's a
And
metal
it'll just
frame,
lock.
too.
It'll lock right into my hands. I mean, it's pretty snug little pistol.
Yeah,
I never shot any like hot 380 through it or anything, but I mean it. I also got a little Ruger LCP 380 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or something. And I mean, it's a Taurus. That's why I got, a Taurus. It's not a Ruger. It's a Taurus, and it's a little 380. And I mean, it's a pocket gun. I mean, it is small as hell. That thing is snappy as shit.
Mm. Yeah, my wife's LCP, man, that thing was horrible. I hated that gun.
Yeah, that little Taurus 380 I got, it's about the size of a pack of cigarettes, man.
You
And
want snappy? Shoot my 340 Smith in
Oh, I
350
imagine.
Magnum.
Yeah, that's going to be a hard pass.
If you like slamming your hand in a car door like 5 times in a row, that's what it feels like shooting this.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, I want to pay to do that.
That's what you get for getting a Scandium Snubby in
Yeah.
357.
Yeah. It
I
is
bet
awesome.
that thing's fun with 38s.
It's actually pretty good with 38s.
Oh man, my wife, she got rid of the LCP and got a 642. I hated that thing too.
Well, that's a aluminum frame, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, this
They weighed all of
that
13
340
ounces.
weighs 11 and a half ounces, I think.
yeah. The 642 weighed 13.
Yeah. So same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll shoot 10 rounds out of that and then I'm done.
what do they call those? Lady Smiths? Airweight Smiths?
Though, you know what? The Lady Smiths shoot really good. I want one. I shot one at the
Oh
range.
boy, the lady's coming out.
Hey man, you are what you eat.
I tell you what, Tank Folio used to import through EAA gun that they said was for women, but that thing was an excellent
Yeah.
concealed carry gun. It had glitter. There was the reason why it was a women's gun is because they put glitter in it. But if you got like the black and gold or black and silver, you could just say it was your favorite sports team's gun.
What, a Saints pistol?
The Saints, Steelers, Raiders, whatever.
Steelers aren't black and gold.
Yes, they are. That's Pittsburgh gold.
Black and piss is more like it.
Uh-huh. Hey, you're just mad because Cleveland ain't going to the playoffs.
No, I'm happy about Cleveland. They got rid of Baker Mayfield. So there is now suddenly hope for our future.
Yeah, as long as the Raiders and Chargers don't tie, the Steelers will be in the playoffs. Right now, the
Hope's
Raiders
not
are
a
winning
legitimate
20-15.
plan. I was just saying, hope's not a legitimate plan.
Well, at this point, that's all they can do because of the records and shit.
It ain't enough.
Well, it is when you got two teams that are.
Yeah, that's kind of screwed up, Rich, because I thought that tie would end up screwing their whole season.
No, the last time they had
Now
a
it
tie.
turns out they're a half game ahead now.
Yeah, that's what happened the last time they had a tie, and ironically enough, it was against Detroit, just like this year. That tie the last time was enough to get them into playoffs, and that looks like it's going to work again this year. And I mean, unless the Chargers and Raiders tie, they had what was really funny was they had to rely on Jacksonville to beat Indianapolis. Jacksonville's one of the worst teams in the league. And sure enough, Jacksonville kicked Indy's ass.
I just took a drink of pop and it went down the wrong pipe, so I got like a quarter of a lung full of Pepsi. Damn, that fucking hurts, man. That's like 20 seconds of intense pain.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that hurts like hell.
Yeah, it got me like all in a weakened state and everything here at the moment.
What also fucking sucks is when somebody says you're drinking like taking a swig of Pepsi or Coke or something, and somebody tells a joke and it does the milk thing where the milk, you laugh hard enough and somebody tells a joke, the milk comes out of your nose. With Pepsi or Coke, oh my god, that fucking sucks. Even worse than what like milk or something would.
I'd have been happy if it came out my nose. Mine was like trapped in my lung air pockets, and I couldn't inhale or exhale. It was like,
Oh man, that I've gotten headaches with that shit where it was like somebody told a joke when I was drinking the soda and it went up through my nose. Oh my god, that fucking sucks. Not
Yeah,
as bad as what you're saying that you had. I mean, I've been there too, but damn, that hurts. That fucking sucks too.
every time I do something like this, I think about like them Taliban guys that got waterboarded. I would be no good. As soon as I saw the towel in the bucket of water, I'd tell you anything you wanted to know.
Oh man, I'm starting to get sleepy, so I think we better shut this one down for tonight. I'm not playing cover for midnight tonight. That just ain't happening. So, Moo, you want to say anything before we get out of here?
No, man. Thanks everybody for coming. Listen to the shenanigans. Thanks for having me, Rich.
Yep, no problem. What about you, Rob?
Thanks for joining us. Just tell everybody to eat a salad and have a great evening.
I did the salad thing yesterday. We had taco salad. Tonight we did steak pierogies and lima beans.
I was having burritos till Moose started talking about guts squirting out of deer and cutting and everything, and I had like beef and sour cream squirting out of my burrito and everything. And I was like, oh, come on, man.
Oh, you could see at that point was deer guts.
I finished off the last couple bites anyways. It was good.
What about you, Jason? Other than that, you got anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No, thanks for seeing everybody. Or thanks for having me. But oh yeah, Wednesday night after Rick at about 8 o'clock, Chris from the 740 is going to do a live show. I think it might be his first actual live show that's not just like a quick giveaway or something. So everybody go check out Chris on Wednesday.
Sounds good. So, let me get ready to fire up this outro, which is an advertisement for the other show, and then we'll be done for the evening. So thanks for watching, folks, and we will see you some point during the week. Have a good night, everybody.
Take it easy, everybody.
Stay cool.
Eat a salad.
You guys are probably really scared right now, and I understand that completely. But I get the better of the deal, and even though it's 3 versus 2, you guys are outnumbered because we're better than you guys. Yeah, we are. We're legends in our own mind compared to you guys. Even though you guys got the egos, we have got the wrestling skill. And this guy right here, we're the Space Cowboys.